let's bring in the next lot of people for the next report.
Yeah.
Susan Boyle, A Person with Some Sort of Disability, by David Colvert. Susan Boyle could be the first learning disabled celebrity who has been in the media all over the world. This paper looks at how she is talked about in the media.
The main points are, no one is sure she has a learning disability and how to describe her. It's very unusual for someone to be a celebrity and have a learning disability.
Which is why people find her story so interesting.
Susan talks about her disability. The paper makes us think what it means to have a learning disability.
Susan Boyle is a singer from Blackburn in Scotland. She sang I Dreamed a Dream on a TV show called Britain's Got Talent, and she became a star.
It was then the media started to talk about her disability. Susan herself said, because I had a difficult birth and no oxygen for a while, I have a learning disability. Mencap said she has a learning disability.
According to Mencap, only 1 in 100 people can name a person with learning disabilities who is famous. That is why Susan Boyle is so important.
If you're an artist or a singer,
then it is okay to be eccentric.
That's what people thought about Susan to start with.
This is how Susan Boyle talks about herself in her book. My ability to learn seemed to follow a different pattern from other children's. What I found difficult was writing my letters. There was a lack of coordination between my brain and the hand doing the writing, and that made me the slowest. I also suffered what psychologists call cognitive difficulties. I often knew the answers to questions, but I couldn't seem to get them out of my head and into my mouth.
She was always on borderline between special and mainstream schools. She found it very difficult. Other children did not accept her.
It is hard to tell whether Susan thinks she has a mental illness, dyslexia, or a learning disability. The media said she had a learning disability because she had problems at birth.
People on the TV show also talked about how Susan Boyle behaved. They said you can't tell what was going on next. She didn't know the rules of a TV show. She didn't know what was going on.
But Susan herself says that her problem is with other people. She says in her book about other people not understanding her.
It was a good thing they cast her as a sinner, not a person with a learning disability.
That turned people around from laughing at her to laughing with her.
I think it must have been really hard for her to talk about her disability in the media.
Yeah, you have to be proud and confident.
You do not drive.
Yeah, I think Katie, you're right. She is brave talking about her disability, but then on the other hand, she might have wanted people to know about her disability.
But then she may not.
True.
It must have been very upsetting for her to have her problems talked about.
Well, of course it must, because, you know, she had her story all spread out all over the media, you know. She can sing, you know.
Yes.
She can sing very well, too. And I mean, I know what it's like. I've got a learning difficulty myself, you know, and I really feel for her because she can do what she wants to do because she can.
I agree with you, Debbie.
Well, it was unfair that people laughed at her, but then they were surprised by how well she sang.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think you are right, Katie. As Susan Boyle said herself, and I quote, I knew what they were thinking, but why does it matter as long as I can sing? It's not a beauty contest. Anyway, do you guys know anyone who's got a learning disability on TV?
Only Harvey by his mum, Katie Price.
Actually, yeah, when I think about it, I do know people with learning disabilities actually on TV, but it's got a negative name like the Undateables or Special Needs Hotel, which I don't like. I think it's bad names. So I want more people with learning disabilities on TV with positive names.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I
yeah,
agree.
plenty of tips.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah, and to educate the world.
Well,
Yeah.
By the way, I hear the word eccentric being thrown around a lot lately. Do you guys know anyone who's eccentric?
Only Joe Pasquale, the way he acts, because he acts differently.
Okay.
Oh, I do as well. You know, the singer David Bowie. I mean, he always wears weird clothes and he always got a weird hairstyle.
Well, I think eccentric means weird and wonderful,
Yeah.
like Lady Gaga, for instance. But I like the words weird and wonderful, it's fun. But anyway, who's normal? We're all unique in our own way.
Why do you judge me? I can't be perfect to everything. I might be able to do it. So before you assume, just watch and see. You don't judge a book by its cover, so why judge me?
As Susan Boyle said, and I quote, there.
And now for the next report.
Fantastic.